welcome to Horror Rewind. This is Kelly Florence.
This is Campbell Florence.
And today we're talking about Violent Night. How is everybody? Are you staying warm? Are you shoveling out? We've had 2 snow days here in Minnesota, and the kids are home from school. I sadly missed a concert that I had tickets for. I was supposed to see the 1975 in Minneapolis, but the roads were too bad and I couldn't get out. I could have risked life and limb, but I didn't think it would be worth it to die in a ditch. Sorry, the 1975 and Maddie Healy. Maybe next time. Campbell, how do you feel about having 2 days off of school?
Yeah, I feel good.
Yeah, they're having a great time. Mark is here. He also is able to work from home. Mark, how do you feel about the snow and the snow removal?
I'm looking forward to shoveling it.
Okay. So, yeah, he hasn't done it yet. But, call me a bad parent or a good parent, I don't know. But I brought my kids to see Violent Night. We loved it so much. Then I brought my husband. So I've seen it twice now in a week. And I think it's going to be our annual rewatch. I loved it so much. I would call it, and I think I mentioned this on the podcast before, I call it a mashup. It's like Die Hard meets Home Alone. Campbell, give us your thoughts about Violent Night.
Yeah, I really liked it. Yeah, like you said, it was very similar to like Die Hard, where like a group of people like come into a building and like take a bunch of people hostage to try to get money.
Yes, and these baddies, I like how it's similar to Die Hard. They're all different types, but they have a couple women, female characters, which is awesome. Trudy, the granddaughter, is talking to Santa, played by David Harbour. Freaking hilarious. He is a gem. Opening scene, he's getting drunk in a bar, and of course, he's saying real things. They're like, "Are you driving?" He's like, "Oh, I just steer a little bit. The reindeer do most of the work." Freaking hilarious. And he like pukes on the bar owner or the bartender as he's leaving. So funny, but also so earnest and lovable how we see him excuse me, go through this journey of like he figures it's his last Christmas. These are all spoilers, by the way. We go back in time, we see that he was like a Viking. What would you say? What would that have been, Viking era?
Yeah, he was like a Viking.
What era did the Vikings exist? Is this like pre-Christ? Is this like, or was it like the same time as time that started to exist? You know what I'm saying, people, about, when we started using calendar year.
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it was kind of like after like the sort of like the calendar.
Okay, so yeah, 11, because he was saying like he's been Santa for 1100 years, so that would track. I loved all the family dynamics. The grandma was played by Beverly D'Angelo, known from Christmas Vacation, of course, National Lampoons. She was great. The sister and the her, I don't know if it's boyfriend or husband, they were hilarious. And the cousin he's what, an influencer or something. I mean, he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
He was really funny. So really good dynamics, lots of fun. Like I said, bad guys. I love all their little code names for each other. It was very cute. Now, that's kind of ironic for me to be saying it's cute because it's so freaking gory and action-packed. There are so many unique kills. Trudy sets up a Home Alone style booby trap for the bad guys, and they're like, "Oh, she's an idiot because we're not going to step on these nails." But my God, the guy steps on a broken ladder, and the freaking nail goes through his chin.
Yeah,
it was disgusting. And what do you have any favorite kills or moments that you remember?
Yeah, just kind of like that part you were talking about was probably one of my favorite parts of the movie. Just like when they're going up into the attic and there's all like the Home Alone traps.
So funny. And then I also appreciate, there's the kill with the Christmas star. He plugs it in, the guy, it's in his eyeball. And then there's like the whole shed part where he goes in and he, of course, Skull Crusher was the name of his hammer. He doesn't have his hammer, but he finds a lot of things to use instead, including an ice skate. And Mark, what else? Did you have a favorite kill in Violent Night? I'm talking about the shed scene. There were some pretty gory kills.
I guess I like the one where he brought him up the chimney.
Oh, yeah. That's a big spoiler at the end. Because he can go up the chimney and then all of a sudden he's just, body parts strewn everywhere. Hilarious.
Yeah, it was hilarity.
Also, the snowblower. That was a snowblower, right?
Oh, yeah.
He sucks the guy in and there's just body parts flying everywhere. That's sort of Fargo-esque. Remember that?
Yeah,
In
the
Fargo.
wood chipper.
Wood chipper, yeah. So I just thought it was very clever. I know people were upset when they saw that this was coming out. Like, oh, how dare they? This is going to be dumb. But I thought it was glorious. I thought it was hilarious. I also love that, unlike, now this is a spoiler for a different horror Christmas movie, but Silent Night, what is that movie called? Silent Night, Deadly Night? Now I can't even remember.
I think so.
That's just a guy pretending to be Santa. I love that this was actually Santa. Like, so good. So great.
Did you bring up the opening bar scene?
Yes.
Okay. That was a great scene.
So funny. And I think, also, I know this got a lot of comparisons to the I Think You Should Leave Tim Robinson sketch about Crashmore. And that also, it's actually, it would sit the real Santa, but playing a role in an action movie. And so, yes, it has a sort of Crashmore-esque qualities, but of course this is the real Santa. And he's just kicking butt. I loved it. Also, speaking of Crashmore, last year for Mark's birthday, we got him a cameo of the actor Biff Whiff, wishing him a happy birthday. So that was pretty cool.
That was nice to get a birthday message from Crashmore, for sure.
He's like, is your wife dumb? So if you haven't watched I Think You Should Leave on Netflix, go watch it immediately. It might take you like a couple watches. They're very short sketches. They're very short episodes. I know the first time I watched it, I laughed out loud at some, and others I was just like, wait, what? But now we're so obsessed, and we basically live by I Think You Should Leave and Tim Robinson quotes and memes.
Yeah, that's maybe too much.
Yeah, truly. It's our entire personality. So I'm not going to reveal right now because it's a surprise, but we will reveal some Christmas presents that are I Think You Should Leave themed when we come back. Not next week, but in January. I'll reveal some gifts that people received. So also, Campbell, that reminds me, don't listen to the podcast because I revealed on the podcast in previous weeks what you got for Christmas, but you haven't opened it yet.
All right.
So, y'all, we're going to rank this movie on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 being you hated it, 10 being it's a perfect movie. The scale, if y'all agree, I want it to be the candy cane that he sharpens in his mouth and then uses as a shiv.
All right, yeah.
It's a good idea.
How many shiv candy canes do you give Violent Night?
I give it 10.
Mark?
I'm gonna give it 8 candy canes.
What are you knocking it off for?
I don't know.
Oh my god. Well, I'm giving it 10. 10 out of 10 shiv candy canes because it was hilarious. It was fun. The action sequences were legit. I love David Harbour. I love a Christmas movie. It made me laugh out loud numerous times. Oh, and also the first time we saw it, it was in a sold-out theater, and people were cheering, laughing, screaming. It was great. When Mark and I saw it, there were only like 2 other couples there. So, it's like a different atmosphere, but I still loved it. So I recommend if you can safely see it in a theater, do that because it's a lot of fun. Also, as I said, this is my new adding to the annual rewatch. Mark, what Christmas movies or holiday movies have we not watched yet this season that we need to?
Home Alone, Christmas Vacation, maybe Home Alone 2. We just watched Scrooge. We just watched Die Hard. We watched Elf. So yeah, I guess those 3.
Yeah, I agree. I think that this one will be added to the rotation, though.
Christmas with the Cranks, maybe.
No. How about that holiday decorating one where Danny DeVito was drunk and sitting on Whose lap was he sitting on? Rosie O'Donnell's.
I think so.
Oh, friends, if you haven't seen that interview, you have to look it up on YouTube. Danny DeVito was drinking limoncellos with George Clooney the night before, and then he started giving the entire plot away. And he kind of got scolded, and then it looked like he was going to start crying. It's so cute. So they're always like, "Oh, Danny." So we always say that. Good times, good times. Well, happy holidays, everybody. Stay safe, be well. Next week, Meg and I are back, and we're talking about our 2022 wrap-up. We go over all the movies that we loved and watched this year, and man, this was a great year for horror. So until next time, we'll see you in the horror section.
See you in the horror section.
Bye.